Alright guys, so welcome to this next part of the course where we now go into the straight right hand. Boom, okay? This is the straight punch, or we call it the cross. Or if you hear the coach say 1-2, this would be the 2. And this would be the punch that obviously if you're right-handed, this would be your power punch, right? And with this punch, it goes out just like the jab, it goes out in a straight line. It is our power hand, so we have to try and remember that we don't need to telegraph it or launch it, just like I said with the jab. You don't want to show it before you throw it. So same thing with the right hand. We're very tempted because it's a powerful punch, and because we might be right-handed, we've got more power in it. We want to load it up and really give it. But really and truly, you just want to learn just to turn into your shot. So this punch in particular involves the feet, all right? The jab, not so much. The jab is just there, straight out, in and out, yeah? You don't really need to use your feet with the jab, not as a beginner. But when you're learning to use your right hand or your straight cross as a beginner, you need to learn to incorporate your feet as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you first the hand placement of what it looks like as you throw your right hand. And then we're gonna pan down to the feet and show you what the hips and the knees look like, and the heel when everything turns into it, okay? So obviously in our boxing stance, our rear shoulder's slightly behind us, our front shoulder's slightly ahead. And when we throw our straight cross, the cross comes out in a straight line, just like the jab does, but it comes out and we turn our shoulder, and there, we land on these two knuckles. Like I said in the last video, these two knuckles are very important because that's connected to your main forearm, and that's going to keep your hand protected. You never want to land it on these two and hurt your hand. You want your hand locked there, nice and strong, come back in a straight line, just like you threw it, okay? As you can see, my shoulder overtook this shoulder as I threw my right hand. So look, if you look at me, that's what it looked like when I threw my right hand. This shoulder almost became level. Yeah, it became level with my front shoulder. All right, that's just the upper body bit that I'm showing you right now of what it looks like when you throw your right hand. So now if I do that and then I let my hand go, yeah, so this is what you can practice in the mirror when you're first starting. Just practice turning your right hand and bringing it back in a straight line, out and back, out and back. All right, so now I'm going to pan down to what the hips look like when you throw in your right hand. I just scroll down a bit. So when we throw it with our hips, so here my elbows are in, I throw and I turn. You see that? Just like the shoulders, you see the shoulders, they come level, they come in a straight line. The hips end up being in a straight line because obviously when you start in your original stance, you got the front shoulder ahead, the front hip ahead, and the front knee ahead. But what happens is the front shoulder and the front hip become level, boom, when you throw your right hand, there, boom, okay? So as I throw my right hand, boom, yeah? You can see my hips and my shoulders are now level. So if I go up a bit again, yeah, my hips and my shoulders should look level, boom, and back, boom, and back. Also, when you're throwing your punches or your jab or your right hand, don't throw it over there. Make sure you throw in a straight line down your eyes and back. All right, so we're going to scroll down to the knees and the feet so you can have a look what that looks like. So you should be able to see my knees and my feet now. All right, so this is what it looks like when you're already in your stance, right? So now as we turn our hips and we turn for the right hand, you can see my heel has turned. I'll show you from the side. Yeah, my knee has turned down towards the ground and my heel has now turned as well. It's very important that you crease your boxing shoe or your trainer. You crease the trainer. Yeah, if you do not crease the trainer, that means you have no power in it. So some people, when they throw their right hand, they do this. Yeah, they come up off the ground like that. There's no power on that because you're off the ground. The power is in the ground. So we turn our feet into the ground to maintain the power, and we bring the weight back after, okay? After you throw a right hand, we don't just stay there like that after, uncomfortable. We go back into our stance. So we turn the hip and the heel, there, and then back. Turn it into it and then back. In, back, in, back. All right, so I'm going to show you from up top, from the side, what it looks like now. Okay, So from side on, as I throw, there, yeah, straight line, and then it comes back in a straight line. There, elbows in, out, then in, out, then in. As you can see, my shoulders aren't raised. I'm not tensing my shoulders while I'm doing it. I'm relaxing my shoulders. If you tense your shoulders when you're training, if you're doing that all the time in training, you're gonna get tired and you're gonna be able to show, and the opponent's gonna see your punches before they throw. If your shoulders are relaxed, it's hard for them to read it, and also you have more energy. All right, so your hands go out in a straight line, they come back in a straight line. Your hip, your shoulder, your knee is all turning in. Boom, and then it comes back out. All right, so when you're on your own, what you could do, go to a mirror, just like with your jab, go to a mirror, practice in a straight line, just that movement, backward and forward. You could do like 100 reps, just in front of the mirror, practicing, punching in a straight line, just there. All right, I hope you found that helpful. And in the next part of the video, we're going to talk about the left hook or the front hook if you're a southpaw, and I hope you enjoy it. Peace.